Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today's a little bit of a different one since I will give you a commentary of a recent solo gameplay. I wanted to give a shout out to Lucci, who is the inspiration behind today's video. If you haven't seen any of his videos, I would highly recommend doing so. His way of telling his stories on YouTube is very unique, so definitely check him out. Now for today, I'd like to take you through this very nice game that I had on Vondel. I'd like to share my thought process, a little trick if you're being hunted by an enemy team, and of course, share with you my journey on getting the 2 gold skulls and the weapons case whilst being solo. So, let's dive into it. Alright, so looking at the spawn here, I can instantly tell that we're at Castle. And what that means is that the stage bag at the university will be closest, which I instantly look for on my map, which is right there. So I'll take you through this right now. So I noticed that the exfil is on my left, which I sort of etched in my brain, if that makes sense. So I'll make sure to remember that if things get a bit iffy, or if I know that I'm short on time, then I always know that there's an exfil at Castle, which is something I do. What other people do, that's of course up to them. Anyway, we're almost at university and the stage is right there. So you just have to fend off some AI and then you can make your way to the stage bag itself. Near miss there, but you know, I tried. But we got him in the end. Anyway, that's the stage bag, so just open it and then there's a guaranteed GPU spawn. Fortunately, or unfortunately, I don't know. I already have the GPUs done, as well as the gold bar, so literally all I need was gold skulls. So since I don't need a GPU, I ultimately end up just selling it and buying plates to fill up that space. Since I'm so short on space with the keys, I figured that would be the smart thing to do. In hindsight, that would have maybe been fun to drop it in a random place, but yeah, I just didn't think of it at the time. I'm just, I'm Dutch, I like money. Anyway, I make my way to the roof and I instantly get a notification that the squad is close. So what I usually do is I will sit back and I will open my map, assess the situation and try to pinpoint where they might be at. Couldn't really tell, so I figured I would just have a plunge into the water and create some safety around there, since you're harder to spot and people usually don't look in the water, right? So I dive in and I look for shelter under the bridge, and then this happens. Now, I don't know about you guys, but me as a solo, I get hunted so often, which I think is quite unfair, but it's of course a risk you take. But here's 2 more examples. So here's one, I'm just chilling, enemy hunt squad. What can you do? And then another time, just again, me, myself and a hunt squad. It is what it is. Anyway, what I usually just try to do is outsmart them. So what I do is I will usually pinpoint a vehicle and drive around. Try to stay on the move so that they don't really know where I am. But in this case on Vondel, since it's so small, it's a bit bigger than a Chica, it's still difficult to sort of not get caught. But in Vondel I found a little trick and I will show you what it is. So I will make my way towards the car here. I have to cross the bridge and sort of double check that the other operators that were close to me already do not shoot me. So I grab this vehicle and instantly I think, okay, there's an exfil here, so I might just be able to sort of create a diversion or distraction, right? So I sort of very slowly parkour my way onto the roof of the car and then activate it, and I instantly see that it's 2 out of 3 bars now, so I know that they're quite close. So I'm like, oh right, I have to drive away fast now. So what I do is I will head to Aquarium, and the thing at Aquarium is that you can get onto the roof without needing a key or anything, and if you're ever in trouble you can just jump inside through the elevator shaft and you're in. And since not a lot of people know this, it's quite a safe space. So it is usually the way that I tend to go these days. And yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the route. But yeah, the aquarium is right there. So if you stop on this side of the building and you go to sort of the Burger Town place, you can jump up. I can tell there's a squad, but it's not the one that's hunting me, since it's only 1 bar, right? So I jump up. And then this is the nice bit. So you make your way through here, jump up, fail, but then eventually jump up. And this is the highest section, right? So they have only 1 way to access that bit, and that's why it makes it so perfect. So usually I just wait it out here, which I will also do in this gameplay, but I won't show you the whole thing, of course. There you can see my gigantic stash of keys that I just use in order to find a gold skull. A man can dream. But anyway, I just sit here waiting and try to sort of see where they might be, since I heard shots coming from that direction. So I figured I would just have a closer look, and then I also see that the bars go up from 1 to 2 out of 3. So I know the enemy operators are getting close, and I figured they will be around that spot since I saw some movement. And then I get that notification as well. And now you can see that they are actually getting really close to me. Now I'm not sweating, since I know that I'm safe. There's only one way to get up on this roof. I know where the elevator is, and I know what to do, which is stay hidden, do not show myself, and send an invite. You know, I don't mean people no harm. I'm just here to do my missions, here to get my gold skulls, but it is what it is. So here you see the timer is almost running out. I keep sending invites. I don't know whether or not they accept it, but at least I'm showing some goodwill, even when the timer is up. But I will just stay hidden. They're fighting to the right of me, which I now know, and I have to go to the windmill, which is on the left, so that's perfect for me. They're creating my distraction. So I survived the hunt, and now I want to show you why this spot is so good. Bear with me. So as you can see, I'm right here. I knew that the other time there were guys hunting me. He's right there, I take him out, and he's done. Now, I also sent them an invite before multiple times, and here I told him like, hey dude, I sent you an invite, but you just didn't accept, so you did this to yourself. He ultimately just left, so free money for me after all. Anyway, the hunt is done, so I make my way to the windmill to check the windmill bag, which I will show you right now. So I make my way over to the canals, and then I will take the zip line up, since that's the fastest way, and I'm trying to evade AI in order to not give away my position, which is key as a solo. So I make my way through the door, and there it is. Windmill bag, use the key, open it, nothing. Since again, I don't need the gold bars, and I can't really take it to sell. So I'll just grab my ballista key in a couple attempts, take that mayor briefcase key, since I have to check that as well, and then I make my way out of here. So then I have to make my way to the museum. So the fastest way is to get to the roof on stadium, and then fly the last bit to the museum in order to, again, evade as much of the AI as I can. And also just not be spotted by enemy operators. So there we are, jumped off the roof towards the museum, run through some houses, and then ultimately you're at the museum. Now the equipment crate is through here, left hand side, open that door and to the other one, and then you go behind the stage, go down into sort of the basement, sewers, canals, and there it is, that little crate right there. Again, just nothing. I didn't want to take that key, I don't really know the name. I know some names of the keys that are valuable, so I decided to just get out of there. So make my way up onto the roof again, to then go towards the train station, to then sort of have a big loop around, to make my way to the city hall, to the mayor's briefcase, which I want to check still. When I make my way up to the roof on the train station, I know that a team is using the exfil. So I stay hidden. I've made a mistake before where they came after me since I shot them. Big mistake. So I didn't want to make that mistake again, but I also saw that the bullfrog was getting close, right? So I figured this is my chance. A couple teams have already extracted. Teams are taking each other out all the way on the other side of the map, so this is my time to try and take the bullfrog out. So this is hands down the easiest method. The mines cannot kill you, and you can just sit in the front, lie down so people can't really see you, and then you just shoot the hell out of that thing. Now it literally cost all of my ammo, so I started sniping. And after a quick reload, I think this should be about it. So yeah, there it is, it's done. I nearly killed myself there, but okay. I wasn't really interested in the weapons case, to be fair. I just got it later, but now I just wanted to have the gold skull, which is right there. So I take that, and I'm like, alright, I don't have any ammunition, I should go get some. So I get some place, get an ammunition box, and then I make my way up to the roof of the parking building here at the university, using this zip line right here. And to then also sort of observe the situation with the scavenger, which was right there. He spawned right there on the other side at the castle. So I was taking out some of his minions, and then I decided to just, you know, make my way there and see if I can take him out for myself. So, I take a leap and I fly towards the scavenger. Right past the weapons case, since again, I don't really need it. I don't care about those objectives too much. I figured, hey, if no one takes it, I will take it in the end. But for now, let me just get those gold skulls, since those are actually more important to me. Since I want that third insured weapon slot. So what I do here is I take out some more of his minions. And then I'm like, alright, best thing to do also to keep myself safe and to make sure that no operators are getting close to me, I'll activate the UAV tower, which is what I do right now. So, that is done. I know that the area is pretty safe, also since I have the comms vest, so I would know when operators are getting close. And I just start to make my way towards the zipline that's here on the other side of the gate. Now, I figured that would be easier since the scavenger doesn't really shoot up from as far as I can tell. The guy just can't really be bothered, so get on the roof, take out some of his minions. As you can see right here, I'll just fast forward it a little bit. It's not that interesting. They just have a hard time dying. Quite tough guys, to be honest. But yeah, take him out, make my way up onto the roof, take some more out. I just had such a hard time spotting it with the mist and whatnot. So I figured I would just drop down a level, get a little bit closer, and then see if I can take him out. So I spot him right there, make sure to ping him, because the guy always drops tear gas or whatever it is. So just to be sure that I still see the guy, I give him a little ping, and then just beam down on him, kill him, and now all I have to do is drop down and grab that gold skull. And then make my way down, almost get killed, then I stunt around some more here. Just all out in the open. I don't really care, I guess. Just use that UAV, why not? And then notice that the storm is coming in. It's getting so busy that I decide to take a plunge and make my way back to the weapons case. Because now I'm like, alright, we're at the end game here. And I will just get the weapons case and I'll get out of here. So I swim and I make my way there and then take that weapons case and I fucking run. All I do is run. Gee, I mean, I'm glad it's just a game. It's just, I'm getting tired looking at it, to be fair. So yeah, I just make my way to the exfil that I remember was a castle, right? So I think it was, I don't know by how many seconds that I actually made it. But yeah, called in the exfil. Ultimately just ended up lying low somewhere out of sight in the gas since I have the durable. So can't really be touched for a minute or two, 3 maybe. So here I am, camping and waiting for the chopper to come down. So when it does, I just make my way over. I think I got quite lucky in the end. I could have easily been hunted by a squad if they also had durable gas masks. Bear in mind that I had nothing. No AR ammo, no smoke grenades, no throwing knives, and no plates. I've never been that vulnerable, to be honest, but it was a risk I had to take, and boy did it pay off. Now I was jumping around all happy, because I knew I just had one of the best games ever. To me, it's not all about PvP, I just really like completing the missions and doing my objectives, and I just smashed it with this one, to be honest. And that reminds me, why aren't you smashing the like and subscribe buttons whilst you're at it? You've made it this far, so I really appreciate it. Joking aside, thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments if you like this type of video style with the live commentary. And until then, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers!